become and be the best we can be, which is being shown by the millionaires we have run across this country.
Burgess, he said, I took a knee because of the racial inequality in our country and because of police brutality. It doesn't end just because it's a tribute to, by the way, on the weekend was a tribute to veterans over the series of a week, of the last few weeks. Even though Michael Bennett said, because he wanted to make sure the military knows they weren't showing a slight to them. Is the message getting muddled?
Well, there's no message from the other side other than social justice, and I'm not really sure what that means. Economic justice is where you start the process, and these young men have a chance now. They're making millions of dollars. They can go back and talk about work ethic, get their kids educated, get jobs. How about this? How about starting businesses and have some of these youngsters that are unemployed working now? There are so many ways. The social injustice is something that's being pumped into the black community that is basically, we just have to get past and recognize that there's ways we can work our way out of it. By free enterprise and capitalism, that's where we get started with that.
Burgess, it was much different in your day. I remember Terry Bradshaw was the premier quarterback. He said he never made over $200,000, and he was rare. You guys had to have jobs in the off season. You had to do something else. Have they lost that common man? They have a unique skill and work hard. I get that. A lot more money's in the league. I get that. But have they lost that common man experience?
There's a lot that came out of that generation because of the generation that we had before us, that taught us to appreciate, to go and work. How about this, Brian? At the time I was coming through, we didn't have black quarterbacks, we didn't have black centers, middle linebackers, because that was the timing of that day. Now we have opportunities across the board. And the biggest part in those days, we did have to work in all season, so we actually cared about our character, because we realized we had the vision to know that we had to make sure we made a positive impact, so when the same game was done with, we can go out and get a job. There's so many things that's been turned around, and we just need to, first of all, learn to man up. Stop complaining and whining, and just don't throw money at the problem. If you want to make a difference, roll up your sleeves during the off season and get something done. Teach these kids to appreciate our country and opportunity and work hard to make their lives different.
I want you to hear what Jerry Jones said, Dallas Cowboy owner. Much different take than others, including the commissioner. Listen.
Donald Trump is a long-time fan of sport and a long-time fan of football, and has been involved as owner in professional football. So he has some knowledge. I certainly think that the thing that he is addressing is certainly a part of how we want to make our game better. This is all a part of what I've been talking about with the commissioner, and certainly I appreciate not only the president, but I want everybody to be a fan of the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, the Cowboy thing aside, because it's hard for a Giant fan to be a fan of the Cowboys, Jones is speaking out.
Well, what we have here is a difference in builders and managers. The commissioner is a manager. Jones and Donald Trump, President Trump, Pete Rozelle, these were builders. What I suggest is this, very simply. If I can give the commissioner some advice, why don't he do, very simply, take the advice of builders, people who've made tremendous amounts of income, take the advice, learn how to rebuild the brand.
Yep.
And put aside ego, put aside all the other politics, and rebuild the company he was given charge to take care of. We need to get back to the basics where we really understood and appreciated the NFL for what it was, what it represented.
Right. You guys got to get better medical benefits. That would be a real salute to previous generations like yours. Burgess, Owens, thanks so much.
Happy Thanksgiving, Brian. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right.